What's going on, you guys? This is Cooked Vegetables back in here with today's podcast. How's everybody doing, man? I hope you are doing absolutely fantastic wherever you are in the world today. The title of today's podcast is going to be How SR Transforms Your Life. So, when you adopt SR indefinitely as a lifestyle, your world starts to get transformed in a way that is unmistakable. I mean, the contrast between the demonic matrix I used to live in as a Kumar versus this new gold plated, beautiful reality I now inhabit is so stark that I often find myself wondering how on earth I survived trying to live my life any other way. Looking back at the decade plus I spent as a Kumar, I can now see that I was always in a bad situation, no matter how hard I tried to elevate myself to better circumstances. I was always with the wrong woman, a thought, a Jezebel, harlot, parasite. And when I did find a good, honorable woman, my aura of shame would drive her away. I was always in the wrong job, surrounded by jealous, deceptive, spiteful, and insecure people who were always conspiring to try to harm each other. I always had the most treacherous friends, in quotations, who were always gossiping about each other and stabbing one another in the back. Even though I made many conscious efforts to cut these types of people off through many romantic relationship breakups, friendship fallouts, and jobs I left, I would often find myself surrounded by the same exact types of people in whatever new environment or situation I tried to start afresh in. For the life of me, brothers, I couldn't make sense of this pattern for the longest time until I found retention and masculine purity. So, as I got deeper and deeper into my journey of retention and masculine purity, I noticed that my world started to transform as if on automatic. All of a sudden, my body started to reject toxic foods. So, for example, if I try eating junk food for 3 days straight, I develop all sorts of troubling and intrusive symptoms which never used to happen to me before. This forced me to change my diet to one of predominantly pure, whole, nutritious foods, which brought back my six-pack abs and chiseled physique. I got unfairly fired from a shit job that, although paid pretty well, brought me all sorts of grief and unhappiness. Soon after I lost that job, I got a new one that paid even more, gave me a higher position, and surrounded me with much higher quality individuals. Many of my old fake friends started to drop off one by one, only to be replaced by higher quality men and women who put me on to so many healthy and lucrative ideas. Heck, even my old car got replaced when a lovely older couple asked me to babysit their luxurious German sedan for an entire year while they took a sabbatical to travel across the country. Looking back at all these improvements and benefits that came about in my life once I started retaining my seed and respecting myself, a pattern has started to unmistakably emerge in my mind. That pattern is as follows. When you carelessly coom and waste your sexual energy, you open doors in your life for demonic forces who act through treacherous friends, toxic intimate relationships, and toxic workplaces to enter into your life and wreak absolute havoc, sending you to hell right here on earth. Even if you try to physically remove yourself from these situations, it will not work because your internal vibration as a Kuma is still fundamentally toxic and matches the garbage that these terrible situations and people thrust upon you. The good news, however, is that when you start to change yourself from the inside out through retention, healthy diet, meditation, etc., these evil, toxic things, places, and people in your environment start to die off because you are no longer a vibrational match for them. So, guys, keep retaining, keep growing, and keep glowing. For although there will be many flat lines and some pain along the way, it will be plenty worth it in the end. Till next time, Godspeed and remain blessed.